Prepare for a fusion of knowledge and exhilaration where education and excitement collide.
Taking you on an adventure that expands your mind and speaks to your spirit.
I'm Master Nick.
I'm Lady Dee.
We are the Dom Life.
This podcast contains sexually explicit topics and adult content.
It is intended for listeners 18 and older.
The opinions expressed in this podcast are ours alone, based on our personal thoughts, feelings, and experiences.
We understand that others may have different opinions and experiences, and we respect that. We would love to hear from you. You can reach out to us at www.thedomlife.com. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are talking power in public. We are giving you examples of things that you can do while
Yay,
out
we're back.
to push that edge a little bit. So let's go ahead and get right back in it.
Of course we're going to.
Here we go. For the dominants that really like to use collar and leashes, a little fun thing that you can do without the leash, especially in a purely vanilla event or a restaurant or something like that, you could have your submissive make sure a certain body part stays on you. You know, your left hand will not leave my belt, or your left hand will hold onto my belt loop, or maybe your left hand will hold my arm while we go. So instead of actually having a physical leash, use your submissive as that leash and make sure they stay in contact with you. So that is kind of fun to do while going out, you know.
I could just imagine me tripping and falling, trying to keep up with you and my arm on. I'm just saying, I think it's sexy. I think it's a good way to do it, but I also can imagine the negative
Right.
side of it.
Right. For if there is any other directions, maybe you get another good idea that comes in your head while you're there. Lean in towards your submissive. And this is where it's important for a submissive to be paying attention to their dominant. If you see your dominant leaning in towards you,
obviously you should lean in as well.
Lean in and see what they're doing. Maybe they want to lean in for a kiss. Maybe they want to kiss you on the forehead. Maybe they've got something they want to whisper to you in your ear.
Right. If I don't lean in,
right.
What is what can you do?
Usually what I want to do is reach up and grab you by the throat or the back of the hair.
But we're in front of a bunch of kids.
Yeah, so you could take a finger, put it under the chin. You could take a finger, run it down from chin down to your neck. Maybe on the way down.
To get the attention.
Maybe on the way down, just kind of tug a little bit at the collar or the choker or whatever that you're wearing.
Yep.
To kind of give the indication that, hey, you need to pay attention to me here.
The other thing you could do is you could whisper some instructions where you're forcing me by using a very quiet voice to lean in more towards you.
Right.
That would be fun.
Yep.
All that stuff sounds fun to me.
Mm-hmm. It does.
I mean, we have had a long period of time of Lady Dee being broken. So I'm very much ready for the next step, sir.
All right. And then for us at a restaurant, we don't do the typical dating married couple
They
thing.
sit across from each other from the beginning. I want to sit next to you because then I can touch you.
Right.
And I am always on the inside.
Yes.
So you're closest to the server. So me not talking doesn't look as strange as it might if I'm on the other side.
Right.
You order for me. I have given you all this stuff. So as soon as you're sitting at the restaurant and they hand you the menu, you should find out everything. If you didn't do it before, you could even do it before. I can find every menu anywhere.
Yep. But then you know where you're going. So maybe it's a surprise. So maybe we got to wait till we get there.
Oh, yeah. You said it was a surprise.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. It may not be. But it's, it just depends on what kind of night the dominant's wanting to have.
What kind of night do you want, Master Nick?
I want a night where I sleep for 15 hours.
Stop it. Stop it. You've ruined the mood.
That's what I do.
So it's all easy because I've already told you, you make sure you ask me what I want. And then if I have questions, I can let you know what those are. And
Yep.
then you place my order. That right there
Mhm.
makes it easier.
Right.
Plus, I can touch you and you can touch me. I really dislike being across the table.
Right. Yeah.
That's just
I
me.
mean, it's what most people do, but it was something that we've never done.
I'm also very respectful when out in public. I call you sir.
Mhm.
It was funny scenario. We were out actually car shopping and I I go, Master Nick, come here, because that's what I call you. It's
Mhm.
become such second nature that, and then of course we told the finance guy about how we run a podcast.
Yep. So maybe he's listening.
Maybe you're
You
listening.
never know. So while at the restaurant, you could push boundaries a little bit more. You could text your submissive or lean in and tell them to go to the bathroom. Take a picture of a certain body part, any body part that you would like to have. Keep in mind that does not count towards the sexy picture before we get
Oh my
home.
gosh, now how am I going to get the second one?
Yeah, well, you're already in the bathroom. That would be a perfect opportunity.
So I could take two at the same time, send them to you separately.
You could.
And that would be
You could.
that would count for you, sir.
That would count for me because
Nice.
as long as it wasn't the same picture twice, it would have to be two different pictures, but it could be done all at the same time.
In a scenario where somebody's sitting across the table from you,
Hmm.
obviously when you lean in, they'll see it, but then how close can you get with food? So texting makes sense. You could
Right.
text your significant other on the other side to tell you a fantasy right now via text, where it's like I see people texting all
Hmm.
the time at tables. Maybe some of them are in a dynamic and they're
Maybe they're
texting like,
texting each other.
oh, maybe there's sexy time going
It
on
could be.
those texts.
One good advantage to having your submissive setting beside you and inside the booth, it's not quite as obvious. So, have your submissive play with themselves while they're sitting there. While you're
Hmm.
waiting on the appetizers and the food, entertain yourself. Yeah, that could be fun.
After we're done here, I've got a job for you, Master Nick.
Oh, you do.
I have a job that I would beg and plead for you to do,
Hmm.
and I would trade favors.
Okay, now we're talking.
Now we're
I don't
talking.
negotiate with terrorists, so
I've never heard that before.
yeah, I'm sure you haven't. If you have that remote controlled toy in, now would be a really good time to start playing with it. Hopefully, it is one that has the phone app where you can just wiggle your
I had
fingers on the
so much
screen
fun on that.
and make the intensity go up and down, up and down, up and down.
One of our friends was
Yeah.
wearing it.
Yep,
Somebody
we have to
that's
play
been
with
on
them.
the podcast was actually wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I played with that thing. I was like, ooh, this is
It's a lot
fun.
of fun watching them sit and squirm and scream every once in a
Oh
while.
my God, it was so fun.
Perhaps your submissive is in a skirt or a dress and does not follow my rule, and maybe they have on panties. Well, now would be a good time for them to remove them.
I remember you doing that at a restaurant with someone.
That was a bar.
You're right, it was a bar. I
That,
meant a bar.
that was a bar. But yes, that would be good. And even for me, I'm sitting here thinking, maybe one night I'll have you wear a dress or a skirt and lay a pair of underwear out for you.
I'm going to know when you
And
lay that out that
not tell you, make you think while putting is this a trick?
it's going to be a trick.
Does he really want me to wear these panties and go against his rule? Or is this a test to see if I will wear everything he
If
lays
you
out?
lay it out, I'm wearing it. I'm just going to, we don't even have to have this discussion at a later date. If you put it on the bed, it's going on my body. And I'm going to assume that you're going to force me to take it off at some part in the night. So we've already solved the mystery. We don't have to go through all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We may do that one
Look
day.
at your face. I know you're planning things. It's
I'm
always
planning.
terrible.
There is always plans going on in this head of mine.
I love you so much.
All right. Let's see here. What else we got? Ooh.
Nope.
Ooh.
Nope. So, in the interest of being demure, we aren't talking any further. any further. In
You
the interest to being
you
demure.
heard me say ooh, right?
I did hear you say
All
ooh.
right, now watch this. Good girl. It means don't talk. Let's say we really want to amp this up now, depending on the environment.
Do we have a
Did
signal that
did
says I can talk?
no? Sorry, I took my finger down.
He did.
Let's take this a little bit further. Depending on where we're at, depending on the atmosphere, depending on the age of the people that are around, maybe I want to have a little more fun with this.
Mm.
Maybe I want you to intentionally, but don't make it look obvious, flash someone. Yeah, I think that would be fun. Maybe I want to play with you under the table. Or maybe it's time for you to have an orgasm. I think that would be fun. Finger down.
So I have a question. If in fact you want me to have an orgasm, I have to ask you. How do I do that? Like, I have to be so quiet. What if you say no?
That would be so fun.
It would not. All right.
But again, keep in mind, depending on where you're at, if you want to push the envelope, if you really want to amp things up, there is some ideas.
It would be a good idea if you were in a
at your own discretion.
And make sure that you're aware of your surroundings as a dom, because you know, this isn't to push your stuff on other people. It's to have some fun that can and again, the environment makes a difference.
It does.
It makes a big difference. So
if you're sitting at a table out in the middle of the restaurant, maybe not such a good idea. If you are in a corner booth somewheres, kind of a little more off, a little more privacy, then, you know,
you've already ordered your
food. Play at your own
Your
risk.
server doesn't come over very often.
I mean, a lot of this plays back to, I know we had this discussion, you're out in public and you're going, you know, I say, you do this one more time, this is the punishment you're getting. It's that thing. It's knowing the situation you're in and knowing what you can and can't do. This goes right along with that. So just be cautious. Don't need nobody getting arrested, going to jail.
I also want to say this. You're going to force me to have an orgasm.
Maybe.
And if I'm not having a toy in with underwear, because I assume that a toy in, you're going to have underwear to hold.
Maybe.
Like the vibrating toy.
Maybe.
Most likely. I'm just saying,
Maybe.
I don't know how strong people's whatever. All right, back onto topic. So my question is this. You're going to make me have an orgasm. I will then be dripping or wet. Dripping, wet. I'll be wet. And I'm going to have a skirt on. Then what do we do?
Oh, I guess you spilled your water. I don't know what happened.
You're crazy. All right, time to move topics before I She-Hulk out. That's what it's going to say. That's all I'm going to say on that.
All right. So leaving the said restaurant, dripping wet, soaked.
You're so mean.
Belly full.
Belly full.
Very well satisfied.
Always.
All the way around. You follow the same protocol as arriving. Obviously, for us, I will take the lead. I will walk us out. I'll get the doors, put you in the vehicle. It could be a drive home, could be a debrief there of how the night went, or you could continue to play until you get home. You know, again, maybe you want your submissive to play. Maybe your submissive should take some clothing off. Maybe now's the time for your submissive to play with you while coming home. So you could add to it.
Right.
Or you could get in the truck and, you know, maybe things didn't quite go as planned. Maybe you both got a little frustrated. So maybe the play is done. Maybe now's a good time to have your debrief.
Yes.
Or maybe it's a good time to sit in quiet, reflect on what happened, wait till you get home to have the debrief on it. So it all depends on how the night went, how the situations happened. You could take it from there and do however you please.
Well, I'm thinking that after having followed all of your rules all night long,
Mhm.
doing all the things that I've done, whether I failed in some of them or not, I've at least made the effort. I'm with
Mhm.
you. I'm making the effort. If we if I don't hear good girl or
Mhm.
you've done good or I don't get rewarded, then why would I do it next time?
Right.
I mean, this is part
Right.
of being
No,
in a
it's
dynamic is like I
exactly.
definitely need positive
It has to be
reinforcement.
positive, even if everything went horribly wrong. Let's say you didn't do everything I asked. Let's say you refused to do something I asked. It sounded good in theory. It sounded good when we negotiated. We get there, and now all of a sudden it's a little more people than what you thought it would be, or things like that happen.
Right.
So yes, obviously the fact that you tried it, we experienced it. It's even if everything went negative, still got to be a positive spin to it that we tried this, we learned from this, we're going to move on from this.
Yeah,
That's
because next
that's
time
where
we
the
can do
debrief
it different.
right.
But again, I need to hear that I did good.
You did good.
See, I love him.
On our little imaginary date right here, you done wonderful. You left out of there with a big wet spot in the seat, with a big wet spot on your
No big
dress,
wets. You're
and
so
you
mean to
proudly
me
walked out of there wearing it. I am very proud of you.
in this imaginary scenario.
Yes. And we drove home, you was naked, played with yourself till we got home. You done an amazing job.
Thank you. I always like knowing that I did a good job. You're so crazy.
All
I,
right, let's talk about another scenario. Let's say you don't go to a vanilla restaurant. Let's say you do have a local club, lifestyle club that you can really experience this kind of stuff in.
Club
Now,
Tempted is ours.
Club Tempted is where we go to really let loose in front of people. We can do everything we do there at home, but it is a little bit of a difference with people watching, with, the public being there. I mean, I call them public because they are people, but we're not
Yes.
out in public. We are in a safe place to do this. But this is where you can really get some more in-depth training, a little more in-depth playing. You can really, really amp it up. One thing that I really enjoy, kind of sucks for you right now, but I could have you kneel anywheres in that club. I could have you sit in the floor while I'm sitting in a chair, kind of showing your submission.
Yes.
Um, that I really, really enjoy.
Right.
The other thing, well, now that we're at the club,
I choked myself
don't do that.
just on air.
Hmm. You'll choke again here at the wall.
I know.
Um,
There's always hope.
yeah. Another thing, so you've been catering to them while getting them in the vehicle, while being at the restaurant, ordering for them, making sure everything at the club. You know what? Serve me. I,
That's a good one.
I want a drink. Pour me a drink, or I'm a little hungry. Go see what they got at the snack bar. You know what I like. Bring me back something that I can eat.
That's great. I
Um,
like that one a
right,
lot because again, now it's reciprocation
right,
and it shows that I'm not in control. You are. You're making the decision when
right,
and when not to.
right. Um, Here is where you can pull out the collar and the leash. We have done that numerous times. We haven't done it since the accident because I'm more focused on making sure you walk without falling. So we have not
What?
pulled the leash out.
What? Last night was pretty rough.
But you can, pull the leash. I mean, and you can. I mean, you could walk downtown city if you want to, on a collar and leash. It is what it is. People are going to look. People are going to judge. People are going to talk. But if you're like me, you don't give a fuck. If you talk about me, you give somebody else a break.
Right.
So I mean, you can do that. There's really nothing illegal about it. But again, the impression you give on young kids may or may not be a kind of
Vegas
a
would be a good place to do it.
Vegas would be a real good place to do it. But this is an absolute place where you can do that. You could use rope. You could tie their hands to a body harness, put their arms behind their back, leave a little bit of a lead for the rope to pull them around on, cuff them, chain them to a pole.
You have such a devious mind.
I do.
Chain them to a pole.
Chain them to a pole. Yeah.
What do we? Like, how are you gonna chain me to the pole?
Well, I could do it very easily with a pair of your cuffs and a carabiner.
No, but I mean, arms in front, arms in
Nah, just put them
back.
behind you. That way you can't undo them.
Hmm.
It's just more fun that way.
Man, you're turning me on.
Yeah. Um, and then the good thing about it is you are at this lifestyle club and pretty much everybody consents to
Seeing
what
naked stuff.
seeing naked stuff that goes on. So at any time, you know what? Show them your titties, flash them, moon them, do whatever. I'm in control here.
Right?
That's my body, and this is what I want you to do. That's already been pre-negotiated. I
Right.
already know
All
all
of
that.
this stuff we know you would have to negotiate
It's got
because
to be in there beforehand. But
beforehand,
once
that's
you get it,
why.
it's you got it.
Right. But especially if you're planning a night to the club and this is somebody that you've only played with a couple of times, you would
Right.
definitely have to walk through all the do's and don'ts,
Oh yeah.
the limits, hard limits, soft limits,
Yep.
things that they want to try, because this is the time when you can explore how the dynamic will
Right.
unfold,
Right.
how you want it set up, and how they're okay with it or
Mm-hmm.
not okay with it.
Yep. And when we was asked a while back or something if if I have to get consent, and this is one of the good things. Again, we've been together 7 years now, and we've been through a lot. We've negotiated several times,
Mhm.
but for us right now, we've gotten to the point. I know your body. I know what you like. I know what you don't like. I know your limits, and you now have enough trust in me that I know in the back of my head, as long as it's something that's not going to piss you off, and I can
Right.
almost do anything I want with you,
Correct.
no questions asked from you.
Yes.
Now, bringing someone new in or starting something new with somebody, obviously, I would not be able to do that.
Right.
It's a learning process of knowing that person, getting to truly understand their desires, their wants, and their needs. You cannot do that with just anybody. But once you build that strong foundation, that structure, the trust, the communication, once everything is there,
Plus
that is where I'm at with you.
we built our community as well. So if we were in the VIP and you locked your my arms behind me on a pole and you took off my bra and told everyone or anyone that they're allowed to touch these areas,
Mhm.
there are going to be people I know and love,
Right.
and it's going to be okay, and it would turn me on versus turn me off.
Right.
Because the objective here is that not only to enforce the dynamic, but there's also this culmination of sensory sensation that leads to a pleasurable experience,
Right.
usually some form of sex, or not that it's in every dynamic,
Right.
but in ours it is,
Mhm.
and in all of our friends it is. So you're leading up to something
Right.
fun and explosive and enjoyable.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Yep. Another thing. So let's say you have a submissive that doesn't like a leash. Something fun to do. Grab an implement. It could be a crop. It could be a whip. It could be a paddle. Flogger could be you have to use the handle. But tell the submissive to put a body part on it. So let's say we've got a paddle in my hand, and I
Okay.
hold this paddle up, and I say, "Put your nose to this paddle, and do not let it come off." And now I can lead you around with a paddle the same as I can on a leash.
I prefer the leash, sir, please. That
Yeah.
would be more like if you put my nose to a paddle, I'm thinking I'm being punished.
Well, it wouldn't be a punishment.
Well, if you used a different body part, okay. But my nose to a paddle.
Maybe your chin, maybe your forehead.
All right. Anything on my face is a punishment.
You think so?
Oh God, yeah.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Shit.
All right. Thanks for the heads up on that. Punishment noted.
Yeah, but if there I, I'm sitting here speechless because obviously we didn't talk about this. So I'm curious.
Okay.
Would you think that me putting any part of my face on a paddle and you leading me around, is there any way that you would do you find that sexually attracting?
Oh, yeah. I find it the same as using a leash, only there's not as much room now. Whereas with a leash, you've got a
You
little bit of
don't
leeway.
feel like it's something that would maybe seem embarrassing? I mean,
It
if
could.
I held up a paddle and I said, "Could you please, sir, put your head on my paddle and let me lead you around the club with your head stuck to a paddle, forehead stuck to a paddle," would that be more of a punishment or, yay, we're going to have sexual stuff after this? I'm asking because I'm really curious.
It could be depending on your kink.
I know. Okay, but
You like a leash, so I don't have that problem with you.
right.
I'm just saying if the
Uh-huh.
submissive does not like a leash,
Yes,
that is an option.
but why would you not use like
Then tell me, what body part would you use? Exactly.
shoulder,
Nah,
elbow,
nah,
hand,
nah.
breast?
Okay, maybe breast.
I would do the breast,
Okay.
and then it would be funny because I'd be trying to keep up with a paddle with my boob.
Okay.
Okay,
We could probably
see?
do that.
All right.
All
All
right.
right, we've got it now.
Negotiation done.
No, I still don't wanna do it. But I will for you, Master Nick, because you are the dom and I am the submissive, and that would not hurt me to do any of that.
Right. Let that nose come off that paddle and it's going to hurt you. Fair warning.
Fair warning.
As the dominant in a lifestyle club, you not only control the orgasms, you can make them happen anytime, anywhere you please. And
Yeah.
the submissive could do the orgasm. You could do the orgasm, or maybe there's somebody there, that, hey, you're going to let them give you an orgasm, depending on your dynamic.
Mm,
So that could be fun in there.
mm.
Um,
I've had a couple,
yeah,
maybe 1, 2.
at the club,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe. I will not tell a lie. I have not counted them.
Yeah, that would be a pretty big number for the club.
Yeah.
But basically, for us and for a lot of dominants, the submissive's body does belong to the dominant.
Yes.
And I'm not going to do anything that would cause you harm or anything unethical or
Right.
cause any kind of safety issues. But yes, your body belongs to me, and I see fit to do as I please with it. And
That is correct.
that would be something you could do.
It's also very hot sometimes when
Mhm.
you use those words on me. Sometimes these podcasts really turn me on. I'm just saying, just so you know, we got plans for the 30 minutes after we finish recording.
Just give me 2.5. I'm good.
2.5 hours. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah, sure you can.
No, I can't.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
I cannot keep that promise.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It wasn't a promise. It was more like a suggestion that didn't work out.
Yep, that did not work out in your favor.
Did not.
All right. Hopefully some of these examples have given you ideas
Yeah.
that you can take out, explore with on your own.
It's kind of like doing it real world. Let's make sure that the things that we do in the real world don't impact other people. So you want to be cautious, concerned,
Yep.
but also you want that edge in there. I mean, that's what makes
it fun for you. The edgier you can make it and not cause a scene or not get in trouble or any of that stuff. That's where you have the most fun. That's where you get the most turned on, because in the back of both of your minds, you're thinking to yourself, "Oh wow, we shouldn't be doing this here," and so it already plays off that little naughty edge that a lot of people have in their minds, and oftentimes too scared to experiment with it.
right.
So this gives you opportunities to add a little bit of edge, amp it up just a little bit.
And
Do
to
it
see
at your
where
own
your
comfort zone.
and to see where your dynamic is at. Like
Right.
how much does your submissive actually need
Right.
in order to get turned on, to build it? And
Yep.
over time, the trust gets built. So if it does even whether it goes good or bad, you're building the trust in the dynamic that they're going to trust you and allow you to push their limits in public.
Hopefully you have more positive out of the experiences than negative. Keep in mind both submissives and dominants. Negatives will happen. There will be bad moments. There will be things that go wrong. In those instances, both of you remain calm, keep your cool, and talk about it, discuss about it. As long as you communicate and you both fully understand what happened, what went wrong, and what you can do to avoid it next time, you still keep that trust there. So,
one of the things that you always do is you ask our listeners or viewers to provide information. So this time I want to know, we just did this whole scenario based on our life, our real world experiences, the things that would be maybe things we would consider doing or would be pushing on the edge for us. I would really like to know from either dominant or submissives out there. And I'm not talking your fantasies, right? Let's not talk about how something that you thought would be amazing. I would really like to hear about experiences that you've had out that may be totally different, because those kind of input helps you, Master Nick, develop more things to do. And it's like, I'm just really curious about, we did this whole episode and the whole podcast basically on our limited knowledge. It would be awesome to hear somebody else's experience.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Lady D's asking you a question.
I am.
What is something you have done in your dynamic that pushed the edge a little bit, amped it up a little bit, that was a huge success? Let us know. We're really curious to find out, to learn, and to even possibly implement it on our next outing.
And we'll even tell it on air. If you tell it to us, we will tell your story without your names or disclosing who you are.
Exactly. And if you don't want it told, just put in there, do not tell this. But yes, if at all possible, let us know. Then we can tell everybody else that's listening. That's the whole good thing about community, is nobody has to come up with everything on their own. You can take ideas and build on them, or suggestions or opinions. And that's what really makes a good community come together, is sharing ideas and opinions and try this, but don't do this kind of thing. So, yes, that's a huge help for everybody. And with that, you all have a great week. We will be back next week with another episode.
Thank you for joining us.
See you.
Please follow, like, and share our podcast.
Make sure to visit thedomlife.com, where you can find pictures and other details about the Dom Life podcast. And through the Contact Us button, you can ask questions or provide recommendations for future episodes.
We want to explore your kink too.
Be sure to check out upcoming events to see where our adventures are taking us, and our photo gallery to where we've been.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you had fun listening and learning with us.
Till next time, keep calm and remember your safe word.
Red, red, red.